Greetings, everybody. It's Jeffrey Guterman with the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network, and we're so glad to see you tonight, to be with us for this rare night game or evening game. So glad to have you. We are at Wrigley Field, and you got to use your own imagination on this one, because usually we play night games, real-world night games during the day, with some exceptions. In this case, we're playing a real-world day game at night. It is 4:28 p.m. in Chicago, but that would be too late to start. They don't have lights yet. That came later. We have the final game of this three-game series. It's the rubber game. San Diego won the first one 1-0. I believe it was Kirby or Patton. I don't remember. And then the Cubs won the second game 9-3. So this will be the rubber game. We have Joe Niekro starting for the Padres and Dick Selma for the Cubs. They are both right-handers, both good pitchers. For Cito Gaston fans, he's back in the lineup. He's been out for a while with an injury. He'll be playing center field. Ollie Brown will take the night off. And Walt Horiniak will do the catching. Phil Reagan and Rehberger were used. They'll probably not use Rehberger, who was used last game. Reagan was used in real world. We'll consider him strongly if needed. About a minute now, the tweet will be posted. That should be it. Let's take a look at it. It's up and it's good. And the Chicago Cubs take the field here at Wrigley. Nice crowd for Wrigley. Cubs are now 6 games behind the first place Amazing Pirates. There's a lot of buzz in Chicago about the Cubs. This could be the year. They're only 6 behind. A win tonight will put them 5 1/2 behind, which is a bit closer than they've been in a while. A lot of scoreboard watching already starting in August by fans and I think players alike, teams. The Pirates play later in the schedule on August 3rd against the Giants, their final game. And that's been quite a series. Okay, leading it off for the Padres is Jose Arcia against Dick Selma. Selma, the right-hander, the pitch to Arcia. 6-6. And he struck him out. A nice start for Dick Selma. Now Roberto Pena. Here's the pitch from Selma. 5-9. Struck him out. 2 strikeouts to start off the ball game. Checking out his ratio. It's good. Wow, it is very, very good. More than 9 an inning. By fractions, of course. A 9 a game, I should say. An average of just over 1 per inning. Ivan Morel is the batter now. Selma into his windup. Pitch to Morel, 5-9. He struck him out. He struck out the side, Dick Selma. What a way to start. A beautiful way. 1-2-3 inning. It's about as clean as you can get. It's Padres nothing, Cubs come in the back. Bottom of the first. Niekro takes the mound. He'll face Kessinger. It's the usual lineup with the platoons he does in the outfield. Hickman, Young, Quails, Smith. But otherwise, it's the regular lineup through Hundley. Kessinger is a switch hitter. Niekro ready now. And I'm for the Cubs. Kathy Harden for the Cubs. I am too. Here's the pitch to Kessinger, 4-5. And he grounds it to second, one way. Now Glenn Beckert. Hoping to make it through the ball game. If not, there's always an opportunity for suspension. But knowing I don't have to finish it is relieving. Here's the pitch to Beckert. That's 3-8. He grounds it to short. Garcia throws it over to Colbert. That's 2 away. For the Cubs and Billy Williams, the batter. Santo, the captain, on deck. And the pitch to Williams. 4-11. Fly ball left field X. Ferrara, he's a 4. Could be trouble. Oh, he makes a catch. Oh, a backhanded catch by Al Ferrara. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. And after one, we're scoreless at Wrigley Field. A very, very loud at the moment. Very loud. Wrigley Field. Here comes Dick Selma to pitch the second inning. He retired the side in strikes. Struck out the side. Nate Colbert, the batter. Here's Selma now, the pitch to Nate. 6-9, hit deep by Nate, and that's going to go in the gap. That's a stand-up double for Nate Colbert off Selma. So Nate didn't strike out. He got a nice double there, a 6-9. Nate on second, Al Ferrara the batter. Ferrara is a right-handed hitter. The pitch from Ferrara. Hit, oh, he's grounds to first. And Colbert will go to third. So it's 1 out, Colbert on third base. Cito Gaston, his first plate appearance in a while. He's on visiting turf, even though there's a small Padres contingent here. Gets a hand. Fly ball can bring home Colbert. Selma. The pitch to Cito. 3-7 base hit to left. And Colbert comes in to score. A nice piece of hitting there by Gaston. And the Padres lead it 1-0. Gaston now on first, 1 out, and Periniak is the batter. He's a left-handed hitter. And the pitch, 6-5. Struck him out. Number 4 for Selma. 2 out for John Sippen. Been playing every day lately. That won't last too long. Here's Selma. 5-6, struck him out. Number 5 for Dick Selma, but he did allow a run. A double, and then he was advanced to third. Gaston, in his first game back, gets a run batted in, singling him home. It's 1-0 after 1.5, and Joe Niekro to face the Cubs. He retired them in order in the first. It will be Santo, Banks, and Hundley. Niekro, the pitch to Santo. 3-5, it's hit well. It's hit deep, and it's gone by Ron Santo to tie up this ball game. Solo home run by Ron. 3-5, hit deep, and he hit it. 1-1 game. Niekro lost one to Santo. For Ron Santo, that is his 13th home run of the ball game. And of the season, I'm so sorry. He had 29. He's underperforming a bit. Just a bit. Here's Ernie Banks. And the pitch to Banks. 6-10. Grounded a third. Pena, he's a 4. And it goes through for a base hit. So Banks with a single. For Randy Hundley, the catcher. Here's Niekro from the stretch. The pitch to Hundley, 1-9. Struck him out. That is the first for Joe. Now Jim Hickman, one of my favorites. And here's the pitch to Hickman. 5-7, fly ball to center. Under it is Gaston. He makes the catch. And Banks holds, 2 outs. Now Don Young. Niekro the pitch. 1-6, fly ball center. Under it is Gaston again, and the side is retired. There was 1 run though on the solo home run by Santo. I think I said it's his 13th of the year. Banks singled and was left on. It's a 1-1 game after 2. We'll head to the top of the third. Dick Selma now will face Niekro. And then the top of the order, Arcia and Pena. Here's Niekro, 1 WR. First plate appearance of the ball game. "1-6" struck him out. That is number 6 for Dick Selma. They're adding up. Our high this season has been 13 in a game by multiple players. Here's Arcia now at the plate. 1-5. And that is a ground ball to first, stopped beautifully by Ernie. And he tosses it to Selma, covering the bag. It's 2 outs. That was a nice play by Ernie Banks at first base. Pena with 2 outs, nobody on. And the pitch from Selma. 2-9, and that's hit. In the gap, it's cut off for a base hit. Cut off by Young, thrown back in. It's a 2-out single for Roberto Pena. Ivan Morel now with a strikeout in his first at bat. There's a called strike to Ivan Morel. That was heat. Low for a ball. It's a 2-2 count now on Ivan Morel. 2 outs, Pena on first. Fouled back and away. tied at 1. This is the rubber game of the series. Okay, here's the pitch to Morel now. 4-6, struck him out. Number 7. And Lord, he's on his way to a big strikeout game if he can keep this pace. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. And in the middle of the 3rd. It's a tie game here at Wrigley Field. Niekro comes out. He's allowed 1 run, the home run to Santo in the last inning. Dick Selma is the batter now. Niekro into his windup. And he struck him out. Number 2 for Joe Niekro. And Don Kessinger grounded to second. Niekro, the pitch to Kessinger. 5-11. Fly ball right. Getting under that is Ivan Morel. He's a 4. 9-4. And that's a double. Oh, wait a minute. That's a triple. Oh, my. A triple by Kessinger. 9-4 triple. There it is. In plain sight. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Ferrara. 5-11. No, it was to left. I'm sorry, that would be to Ferrara, who is also a 4, so it's no difference. So Kessinger with a leadoff triple. He had 6 or 5, hardly read it, 6. And so it's not unusual for Kessinger to get the big hit. Kessinger on 3rd now, the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 3rd. Joe Niekro working from the stretch, facing Beckert. He grounded to short. Here's the pitch. 110, pops it up to second. That's for John Sippen. He makes the catch, 2 outs. So Billy Williams in the clutch situation, if you will, with 2 outs and a chance to bring home Kessinger. Flew to left in the 1st. Niekro from the stretch now. Here's the pitch to Williams. 3-5. Struck him out, and that is the 3rd. A 3-5 strikeout on Williams. No runs for the Cubs on a triple by Kessinger, left on base. We're heading to the top of the 4th. I'm going to try a little experiment here. I'm going to ingest more than a micro. I'm going to ingest a double micro. As Selma prepares to face Nate Colbert, who doubled and scored the only run for San Diego off of Dick Selma today. It was the single by Gaston that brought him home. I think that's good size. maybe just a tad much, but I think it's perfect. You can see how small this shit is. You see, it goes down there a little. So we'll put that in. Nate Colbert at the plate. Nate has power. Okay, Selma is ready now. Called strike on Colbert. Okay, Selma's ready now. The wind-up, the pitch to Colbert. 4-8. Struck him out, number 8. So if you like strikeouts, this is a great strikeout performance by Dick Selma, as well as staying in this ball game. Hitting all the right spots. And Al Ferrara, the batter, 0 for 1. He grounded to first. Selma winds, and the pitch to Ferrara. 5-4. Grounds it to third for Santo. He's a 1. 7-1. Oh, and he boots it. Go figure. That's the one where the number 1 rated third baseman makes an error. It might be more. First error of the ball game. Ferrara on first. You can see Santo not pleased, but he's a professional. He knows how to move forward and refocus. Forget about it. If you want to think later about why that happened, fine. But it's time to move on and stay in this ball game. Cito Gaston now with Ferrara on first. He's a 1-8 running, but I just don't want to take him out this early. Cito Gaston now, he's singled in the second. Selma from the stretch. 3-12. Lines it to short, and they get Ferrara off the bag, running towards second, thrown to second, back to first, to second, and tags him out for a double play. Oh my. See how we'll score that. It was 6-4 to 3-4. A very strange double play. And the side is retired. No runs, no hits, the error, and none left on in the middle of the fourth. It's a 1-1 frickin' ball game. We've had a lot of these. This is the second game scheduled. It's on August 3. I trust you've been seeing us moving through the calendar. We were into the July 20s, moving right along. Before you know it, we'll be in September. And And they went into the beginning of October, I believe, for the last game. I don't know the exact date, but we'll get to that. Leading it off for the Cubs is the captain, Ron Santo. He homered for the only run for the Cubs. And Santo steps in. He is facing Niekro now. Here's the pitch to Santo. 5-4. Fly ball left field. Al Ferrara is there. He makes the catch, and that's the first out of the Cubs half of the fourth. Now Ernie Banks. I got a nice message from an email from someone who said, I enjoy your Strat-O-Matic broadcasts. I listen to them at bedtime, and it has cured my insomnia. I mean, maybe that was an exaggeration, but it was a very nice sentiment. And tonight I'm trying to go sort of in a AMR kind of relaxation mode tonight. It's one out, nobody on. Ernie. Mr. Cub comes up against Niekro. By the way, Ernie has been hitting the ball pretty well. He has 21 home runs, and he hit 23, so he's performing slightly above or moderately above expectations. Here's Niekro, the pitch to Banks. 5-8, grounds it to third for the second out. And now Randy Hundley. Niekro's had excellent control. I believe he was a knuckler. No walks allowed. He has struck out 3, including Hundley. And here's the pitch from Hundley to Hundley. 5-8. Fly ball to a ground ball to third. And Pena throws him out, and it's a 1-2-3 for Joe Niekro. So we're still tied after 4. This game's getting pretty intense, like all of them have been this month. This was the month of great baseball, at least the first 2, and now into 2 games. First 2 days of August, and this is the second game. And the first game, spoiler right now. Turn it off if you don't want to know. In the first game of this date, it was a 3-2 ball game. Angels. Senators were down by 2 in the top of the 9th. Howard hit a home run, but it was just too little, too late. Messersmith the win, Wilhelm the save. Dick Selma in his 5th inning of pitching. He's been in trouble a bit. He has not had, he did have the first inning when he struck out the side in order. And he's had a few hiccups along the way, but stayed in control. Leading it off is Walt Horiniak. He struck out. Selma has 8 strikeouts tonight in 4 innings. That's a pace of 18. I believe that was the record set by Seaver, and then I think Carlton broke that with 19, and then some people broke it with more. Okay, Selma ready. Here's the pitch to Horiniak. 4-8 struck him out. Number 9 for Dick Selma. Wow. He's got some good stuff tonight. Now John Sippen, who struck out in the second. He was Selma's 5th victim. He's got 9 now. And that's slow for a ball on Sippen. Here's the pitch. 3-8. Ground ball to third. That's for Santo. Over to Banks. And it's 2 away. And Joe Niekro, the pitcher, struck out in the third. Selma, the pitch to Niekro. 6-10. And he flies it to center field. That's going to be for Young. Can he get this? No, it drops in for a single, and he boots it. So the scorers will score that a single and an error. Charge to Don Young. Second error for the Cubs. Santo made a 1-base error. So Niekro on second, the go-ahead run with 2 outs. Mr. Perota might or might not be here. I'm going to say this could be unearned. If it's a base hit, 2 asteroids. We'll see. Jose Garcia at the plate, and here's the pitch from Selma. 3-8. He struck him out, and that's number 10. And we don't have to worry about it, Mr. Perota. 3-8 struck him out. Number 10 for Dick Selma. He's on a pace of 18 strikeouts. He allowed 1 hit, an error, left on base, 2 strikeouts this inning. He's been averaging 2 every inning. He's been averaging that at 10 and 5. We head to the bottom of the 5th, and here's Joe Niekro now. Niekro, both pitchers have pitched very good baseball tonight. Jim Hickman, the batter. He's 0 for 1, flew to center. Niekro is ready. He's a fast worker. The pitch to Hickman. 3-8, and he grounds it back to Niekro, who tosses it over to Nate Colbert. That's 1 away. Now Don Young. Niekro. The pitch to Young. 2-10. Rounds it to short. 2 outs. And Dick Selma will hit. This is what we do, folks. In 1969, bottom of the 5th, sure. It's a 1-1 frickin' ball game. This is how we played. Selma, by the way, is a 1WR. I beg your indulgence. Niekro, here's the pitch to Selma. 6-5. Grounds it to short. That's for Arcia. He's a 4. This one may be tough to get. Oh, he got it! And he throws him out. Nice play by Jose. And another 1, 2, 3, 8 in a row for Joe Niekro. And after 5, it's a 1-1 ball game. This is a very, very, very strange ball game to me. Some of you may say, oh, it's rather routine. It's just a good pitching duel. I know, but there's undercurrents in the game that are just very, very strange for me. Very, very strange. They're playing on CNN over and over again the live streaming video done by the mass shooter, and I don't see any reason why this is a good thing for me to watch. It's sensationalism, people. I know it's important to be aware about gun violence, but for me personally, I just can't be watching it all day long. It's just not good for my mental health. And turned it off just now. It was on mute. Okay, Dick Selma now. 10 strikeouts in 5 innings. He's allowed 1 run. A double by Colbert, and then Gaston brought him home. He's pitching very good baseball. And he'll face Roberto Pena to lead it off. He's 1 for 3. Okay, Selma's ready now. Whoa, that's a spinner. Look at that spin. That's a 6-8 for Pena, and that is a fly ball to left. Going back is Williams at the warning track, and he hauls it down. So Williams with a nice run on that. On a 6-8 by Pena, flying it to left for the first out. And Ivan Morel is the batter. He has struck out twice. Again, Selma with 10 strikeouts. That's a strike called on Morel. Selma with very good control today, no walks. That is low for a ball. The count is even at 1-1 on Ivan Morel. And that's a strike. 1 and 2 on Ivan. He's already struck out twice tonight. Here's the pitch from Selma. 4-9. And it's a base hit. Up the middle for Ivan Morel. He found a nice breaking pitch to hit. And Morel is on first with 1 out. And here comes Nate. 1 for 2, doubled and scored the only run for San Diego tonight. Here's Selma now, the pitch to Colbert. 6-8. And it's a fly ball left, it's deep. Williams going back at the warning track again. Makes the catch. So Colbert hit it deep, Pena hit it deep to the warning track, but it was not close enough. It was a 6-8 fly ball left. And Al Ferrara comes up. He's 0 for 2, reached on an error, out in a double play. 2 outs with Morel on first. Go ahead run. It's 1-1 between the clubs. Here's the pitch to Ferrara. 6-9. Ferrara hits it deep. And that's going to fall in for a double. Morel has a chance to score on this. A 6-9 double to center. Young is a 0. It's 2 outs. Morel coming home from third, 1 to 14, 2 outs, 1 to 16. He's coming home. Here's the throw from Young. And he's safe. Ferrara goes to third on the throw. And it's a 2-1 ball game, San Diego off of Selma. His endurance comes into play. Selma's endurance comes in. Next inning, let me summarize in case you missed that on a glitch. It was 2 outs, Morel on first. Ferrara doubled. Morel came around third, stretching it to score from first on the double. It was hit to center field. Don Young threw a pitch, threw it, and it just was not in time. Colbert scored. Sliding. Ferrara went to third on the throw. It's 2-1 San Diego. One more hit or walk, and he's going to be removed for fatigue. And Phil Reagan was used in real world in this ball game. And he will be used. Phil Reagan, I believe he's a right-hander. And yes, he is. So Reagan, if needed. It's 2 outs. Colbert on third. I'm sorry, Ferrara on third. Colbert came home. And Cito Gaston, who's already made a mark in his first game after being out for a while. He was out for about 2 weeks. It's Ferrara on third. He already singled home the first run. Here's Selma now, trying to get out of this. Here's the pitch. 6-7. Grounder to second. That's Beckert. That's 12-2 on Beckert, and he throws him out, and that will retire the side. But a run for San Diego on 2 hits and 1 left. It's 2-1 Padres heading to the bottom of the 6th. And Niekro is the winner of record thus far. Selma the loser, but it's still early here. And it's going to be the heart of the order for Chicago. Kessinger, Beckert, then Williams, then Santo, then Banks, then Hundley, then Hickman. A pretty good lineup. Kessinger, a switch hitter, batting left against Joe Niekro. He tripled off Niekro, left on base in the 3rd. 5-4. Walked him. So Kessinger will take first base on a inning opening walk by Niekro. And here's Glenn Beckert. He's a B bunter. Infield is in. He will not bunt. Beckert 0 for 2. Niekro from the stretch. 3-8. Grounds it to short, and that's a double play. Oh my. Oh my, oh my, that was big. Let's look at that again. 3-8. Grounder to short A. That was beautifully handled. It was Arcia at short to Sippin at second, over to Colbert at first in time for the double play. So tough break for the Cubs. It's 2 outs, nobody on. And Billy Williams is the batter. Williams has had a good game tonight. Oh no, I'm sorry, he's 0 for 2. I was looking at something else. He's 0 for 2, flew to left and struck out. Did make a couple of decent plays in the outfield. At the warning track. Okay, Niekro. The pitch to Williams. That's 110, and that's hit deep by Williams to left. Going back is Ferrara. Forget it. It's gone. Billy Williams with a game-tying home run. A 110 home run, 1-16 off his own frickin' card. That was a 1. So that was clearly out of this stadium. So we've had good pitching, but we've also had home runs. 2 of them, to be exact. Williams gets a good hand in the clubhouse. That is number 18 for Billy Williams. Number 18. He had 21 in real world. He's just about on pace, maybe a little better. Now we're on Santo. It's a whole new ball game now, 2-2. 2 outs, nobody on. Santo hit a home run, the only other run for the Cubs. Here's the pitch to Santo with 2 outs. 4-6, grounder to third. Pena has it over to Colbert, and that side is retired. But another run for the Cubs, a game-tying run. on the home run by Billy Williams. One of the best and most consistent hitters the Cubs ever had. And we're moving to the top of the 7th, and we'll take a brief break for the 7th inning stretch. I think we deserve it. Walt Horiniak struck out twice against Selma. And the top of the 7th, Selma. And the pitch. 1-7. Grounds it to second. Beckert to Ernie. And that's 1 out. Beckert to Ernie for the out. Here's John Sippen now. 0 for 2. The pitch to Sippen. 5-8. Struck him out. That's number 11. He didn't get any in the 8th, but he's got his 11th here. And he has a chance to break the record for strikeouts in a game for this season. The current record is 13, held by multiple people. 3. I don't have their names. But we'll know 14 is the one, and then we'll write that down. So it's 2 outs and nobody on, and look at that, they're going with Joe Niekro. They're going to let Niekro hit here in the bottom of the 7th. Different game, people. They could have pinch hit, but then they didn't have to. Here's the pitch from Selma. 2-11, he grounds it to second, Beckert to Ernie, and that will retire the side. We're in the 7th inning stretch. You know, with 2 outs also is another disincentive to pinch hit. It's all how you play the game. And Niekro, all the pitchers have gone all the way. I know I'm going to go outside right now and think about something for 3 to 5 minutes, but I'm going to tell you something I'm thinking about right now is that both pitchers have pitched very good baseball, and it's a 2-2 ball game. I think that's really all it comes down to right now. I've been very impressed. They were both excellent in the middle innings. And you can see the bookmarks of 1 run each around that. Again, 3-5. I'm very pleased at how I'm able to keep it together. Was that in my season, Mr. Perota? And if you say it was, then that will be correct. You let me know, sir. Because I will always accept your word. 15 A's in 10 innings, but was that in my replay? Or was that in... Okay, very good. We'll call it 15. Let's remember Messersmith with 15 strikeouts. I'll actually make a note of that as a special entry in my running. There it is. Isn't that nice how I can do that? Okay, we've got it. Messerschmidt. A great pitcher. I mean, just someone who I don't think got his due, Steve, in terms of recognition. He was the first official free agent, by the way, if I'm not mistaken. Don't take anything I say for absolute truth. When we come back, Niekro will start his 7th inning, and he'll face Banks, Hundley, and Hickman. A pretty nice trio for I would say the bottom of the order, the start of the bottom of the order. And that'll be in 3 to 5 minutes. I've enjoyed this game. It's been just an awesome match of pitching. And very glad for both Niekro and Selma on their performances tonight. A lot can happen in 2.5 innings. I'll be back. In fact, oh yeah, no, I'm thinking of something else. Oh. Strat-O-Matic. So Messerschmidt has the single game lead for strikeouts, 15 back in July. Selma has 11 tonight. He's a ways off. I'll be back. We're back, and we're glad you stayed with us. And take these last couple innings and the bottom of the seventh. If that's just it, we're going to take it leisurely. Who knows? We could have extras. Well, Ernie Banks will lead it off here against Joe Niekro, who's gone all the way. 2 runs on 2 solo home runs, one by Santo, then Williams. Niekro is ready. The pitch to Banks, 4-8, and that's a grounder to shortstop. Garcia throws him out, 1 away. Ernie is retired. Here's Randy Hundley. Big hand for Randy. And here's the pitch. 6-9. Flies it to left for Ferrara. 2 outs. Niekro's been tough, no doubt about it. Jim Hickman. Here's the pitch to Hickman. That's 5-12. Grounds it back to Niekro. He is a 3. 13-3. And he throws him out. It's a 1-2-3 for Niekro. As we head to the top of the 8th. Plenty of action ready in this ball game. Dick Selma, no sign of fatigue as of yet. Jose Arcia will lead it off, 0 for 3. Jose. Pena on deck. Okay, Selma's ready. Here's the pitch to Arcia. 1-7. Grounds it to short. Kessinger over to Banks for the first out. Each pitcher has pitched very good baseball, excellent baseball in their own ways too. Here's Roberto Pena. Pitch to Pena. That's 4-9. And it's a base hit for Pena. A 4-9 single off of Selma, and Ivan Morel is the batter. Ivan 1 for 3 tonight. Selma from the stretch. That's 6-4. Catcher X. That's for Hundley. He's a 1. 2-1. And it's safe at first on an error dribbler. How do you like that? Randy Hundley, the last guy you would expect. A 2-1. A 2-1. Safe at first on an error dribbler. So that's... the third error by the Cubs And it could prove to be costly. And Hundley is not happy with himself. He's a very, very tough competitor anyway. Randy Hundley is. First and second, one out for Nate Colbert. This is a tough spot here for Selma. Big at bat. Infield double play depth. The pitch to Colbert. 5-4. Grounds it to third. This could be two. It's going to be Santo, a one. And he boots it for an error. I'm going to show it to you. Lord help me. 5-4. 10-1, I'm sorry. And it's a one-base error on the third baseman. So, two errors. Do all sorts of messed up things to lose ball games. Fourth error for the Cubs tonight. Oh, how did you know about it? Did I post it on Twitter? Maybe. I used to post the box scores on Twitter. So it's bases loaded, one out. Big, big, big situation here. Anything now is unearned, Mr. Perota. Unless you want to correct that. Al Ferrara comes in. This is it. This is a big at bat for Selma. And Ferrara. Okay, Selma's ready. The pitch to Ferrara. 2-8. Walks in a run. Selma walks in a run. Isn't that a heartache for the Cubs? It's unearned. All of this can be overruled by Mr. Perota. I remember you telling me about that game. Maybe I reviewed it on the score sheets on YouTube or something. So it's still bases loaded, one out. Leo DeRocher out to talk with Selma. He's not reached fatigue yet. They're going to let him stay in. It's 3-2 now on an unearned run. With all those errors, that's the only unearned run tonight. And Cito Gaston is the batter, so DeRocher stays with Selma. Reagan is available. Selma has not reached fatigue. Bases loaded, one out, one in. It's 3-2 San Diego now. Here's the pitch to Gaston. 5-7. And he flies it to center, and Young makes the catch on the side. There's only two frickin' outs. God almighty. He is 5-7, and the run will come in. My Lord, that's only two outs. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's only two outs. And that's unearned. So two very, very costly errors. Could cost the Cubs the ball game. And sacrifice fly for Cito. Now it's first and second with two outs. And Walt Horiniak is the batter. He's 0 for 3. Selma trying to get out of this. 1-9. Struck him out. Well, that's number 12, if that's of any consolation. I don't think so. 2 runs, both unearned. The error by Hundley, then by Santo. And A walk to load the bases. And Gaston brought home the second run. It's 4-2 in the middle of the eighth. Well, that will be Selma's last inning. He ended up pitching 8. He allowed 6 hits. He's often in trouble in the ball game. He walked 1 batter, struck out 12, and he allowed 2 earned runs. 2 unearned came in. And Phil Reagan will be pitched to the Padres in the top of the 9th. Phil Reagan, a right-hander. He pitched in this game in real world. And he's ready. Trying to keep the lead at 2 for the Cubs to come up in the... Oh, I'm sorry. The Cubs are going to get... This is the Cubs. And then they'll have the 9th. They'll have the 8th. They'll have the 9th. This game is far from over, folks. Don Young, the leadoff hitter. And the pitch, 5-11. Grounds it to first. Colbert, he's a 2. Sweet 2. 1-2. Goes through for a base hit. Colbert couldn't get it. And there will be a pinch hitter now. It's Young on first. Oh, shit. I'm so sorry. This should be Niekro, not Reagan. And that play will be reevaluated. See how you can catch it. That play was a 5-11 for Young. Right-hander now against Niekro. That's a fly ball to right. X. And that will be Morella 4. It's a 1-4. This could be worse. No, he makes the catch. So Young is retired. 1 out. Yeah, no, I got it there, Stephen. Thank you so much. And I fixed it. So 1 out, nobody on. There's going to be a hitter here for Dick Selma. And Phil Reagan will be the new pitcher. You see how I corrected that? I went back on Young's card against Niekro. And we got that. Well, let's see who's going to hit for the Cubs. The first choice I usually have is Paul Popovich. And I think I'm going to go with him tonight. A switch hitter, batting left against Niekro, Paul Popovich. Popovich played second base every day for a couple weeks, at least 2, maybe 3, earlier in the season when Beckert, I think it was a sprain. I don't think he broke it. Here's Popovich, batting left-handed against Niekro, 1 out. The pitch. 2-12, hit by the pitch. Niekro hits Popovich. Popovich Calls off the trainers. He says he's fine. He will run. And Don Kessinger's the tying run at the plate. It's the bottom of the 8th. Okay, Niekro. The pitch to Kessinger. 2-10. And that is a base hit by Kessinger. So well hit. Almost a double. A 2-10 single. With 2 asteroids. So Popovich goes to 3rd on that. For Glenn Beckert. Tying runs on the bases. The infield is back. Looking for the double now. Okay, Beckert 0 for 3 tonight. Niekro. The pitch to Beckert. 5-5. That's hit well. In the gap, it's a double. That's going to score runs. Popovich scores. Kessinger goes to 3rd. Again, that's 5-5. Double center. Kessinger 1-15, my lord. Gaston -2, 1-13. And he's going to come home, my lord. Yes, I just have to do it, Mr. Perota. Kessinger 1-13 coming home. Off of Gaston in his first game. Otherwise, it would have been, who knows what it would have been. What do you think, Mr. Perota? Stretch him 1-13 with 1 out, 1 in. It's a crapshoot. Here comes Kessinger, and the throw, he's safe. Kathy Harden, he is safe. Beckert goes to 3rd. It was a good throw by Gaston. Yeah, with Williams on deck, well, you could say an after sight now, sir. It's done. Okay. It was a wild choice. It's a tie ball game now, Mr. Perota. Is that okay? Because Williams is now up with the go-ahead run on 3rd and 1 out. One more, Niekro is out. It was a gutsy move. Thank you, Kathy Harden. Yeah, I just said, you know what? Let me fucking go for it. You know what I mean? Really. Enough of this pussyfooting. I know. He's right, though. Mr. Dave Roberts, by the way, will come in if needed. He is a left-hander. He's right. It was I appreciate his. He's very conservative, Mr. Perota, like me, but I didn't do it on that time. So it's 1 out still with Williams at the plate. It's a tie ball game. Niekro will face Williams. He's allowed a home run to Williams. Here's the pitch. 5-12. Grounds it back to Niekro. That's a 1. And the infield was back. 6-1. He throws he throws him out, and Beckert holds. How do you like that? 2 outs now for Santo. Santo 1 for 3. I'm sorry now. He's a 3 fielder. Yeah. Didn't I say that? 6'3". He's out. 6'3". It was a. Wait a minute. Oh, he may have got me again here. 5-12 on Williams. Ground ball pitcher. He's a 3. Oh my. 6-3. It's out and the run comes home. Oh my, Beckert comes home. You are right, sir. Thank you. Second run batted in for Beckert, and that's it. Well, that's not it for Niekro. So it's 2 outs. And Niekro trying to get out of this. 3 runs are in a remarkable comeback by the Cubs here in the 8th. It's 5-4 now. And Niekro is the loser of record. And how do you like that? Selma is the winner. If it holds. Here's Santo, 2 outs, no one on. 4-6, grounds it to third, the side is out. So there were 3 runs. And after 8, it's 5-4. Big comeback by the Cubs. Joe Niekro is through because he'll get a pinch hitter here. So he pitched 8. Six hits. Pitched good baseball, no doubt about it, but not at the end. He walked one. Hit a batter, struck out 3, and he allowed 5 runs. And it was 3 of them in the 8th to give the Cubs the lead. And you know the Cubs really want this one because they're chasing Pittsburgh, looking 5.5. Pittsburgh plays later today. So we head to the top of the 9th. Phil Reagan is in for the save for Selma. What a turnaround of a game. It's going to be Sippin to lead it off, and then there'll be a pinch hitter for Joe Niekro. Here we go. Reagan. Pitch to Sippin. 1-5. Grounds it back to Sippin for the first out of this inning. And here comes a pinch hitter. The hitter will be Van Kelly, a left-handed hitter, facing Reagan. Van Kelly. One out, nobody on. Reagan for the save. I already anticipate if this goes as we expect, Selma would get maybe the star of the game, maybe. We'll have to see what Mr. Perota has to say. He's very, very systematic in his assignments. Okay, Van Kelly is the batter, left-handed hitter. This has been a game, and I'm telling you, August has been something. Reagan is ready now, but I'm not. Reagan. The pitch to Kelly. 5-5. Grounds it to short X. That's going to be for Kessinger. He's a 2. And he throws him out. We're 1 out away from a ball game here. And it's been a tough game. I mean, for this San Diego club, they had the lead 3 times and lost it. And I'm so sorry. Jose Arcia comes in 0 for 4 today. Look at that, a 215 goddamn hitter. But we're gonna let him hit. I'm not gonna start pinch hitting for people who are in this team. So this is it, folks. Phil Reagan for the save. Here's the pitch to Arcia. 3-12. Hit by the pitch. We had a hit by pitch in the prior game, wasn't it? Yeah, I don't think today we've had this. Yes, Popovich got hit. So there's a warning now to both teams. And I don't know why Phil Reagan would intentionally hit the tying run. But anyway, a warning. We have very strict rules about that. The next hit by pitch by anybody, they're rejected. That's the umpire right now who made that call. Pena is 2 for 4 tonight. It's a 2 outs with Arcia on first. It's really, he's a B. Being held 1-8. Reagan from the stretch, the pitch to Pena. 4-11. Fly ball right, this should end the ball game. Under it is Hickman. And the ball game is over. And what a game it was. It was a weird game, as far as I'm concerned. The final score, Cubs 5. Padres 4. Big win for the Cubs. They take the series, but they also move 5.5 behind the first place Pittsburgh Pirates. Oh yeah, no, you're right. That's funny. Yeah, 5 outs in the 8th. Yay. It's a good call, as usual, by Steven Perota. The star of the game is Dick Selma. He got the win. And wasn't it something to watch Dick work today? The save goes to Reagan. And that's so well put by Mr. Perota if you read it. Selma the star, absolutely. 2 earned runs. Wasn't his fault he had to get 5 outs in the 8th. It's an interesting way to look at it. Very, very interesting. Reagan pitched 1 inning of relief. No hits, so a hit by pitch. No walks, strikeouts, or runs. The final line, Chicago Cubs, 5 runs on 6 hits and 4 big errors. And they still won. The Padres 4 runs on 6 hits and no errors. I think it was a very interesting game, some interesting elements to the ball game. We're going to put this one, both of these games, these were double headers. Not double headers, these were 2 games that we broadcasted this evening. The first one was 3-2 Angels over the Senators. Messersmith with the win, Wilhelm with the save, Coleman got the loss. That's the 13th win for Messersmith. And then, of course, this ball game. And look at this. This is a 1-run game. This was a 1-run game. 5-4. Cubs just coming back every time, and then finally to get 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th was really something. Really something to see. And I enjoyed it very much. I enjoyed all of you. Have a good night, Kathy Harden, Stephen Parada, thank you. And we'll resume our schedule tomorrow. I believe it's 9 a.m. Eastern Time. The Chicago White Sox at the Detroit Tigers. It will be Horland for Chicago and Earl Wilson for Detroit. And then the afternoon game is tentatively at 2 p.m. That could be changed. Cleveland with Tiant at Kansas City with Bunker. Thanks for sharing. This is the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network, SBN. We broadcast live all games, not just some of them, all of them, of the 1969 replay. Strat-O-Matic Baseball Replay. We'll put both of these in the books. I'll post the updated standings after the second game only. This game right here, the San Diego, but I'll include the Washington, California game in the standings. Stay strong, everybody. I'll catch